Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome back to the Harry and Tom SMMA channel. My name's Harry Kirk. This channel is run alongside Tom Ford, who's the co-founder of my social media marketing agency that we joined together almost, to be fair, like almost 2.5 years ago now. Prior to those 2.5 years, we had our separate agencies and then we teamed up on a few projects and those projects went so well. We closed down our original agencies that were making seriously good money to kind of make this super agency that we have today. And in an effort to change the way the social media marketing agency is perceived by businesses, we created content on Instagram, YouTube to teach young, keen, entrepreneurs and people that want to start a social media marketing agency the correct way to operate an agency, because there's lots of people on YouTube, on Instagram that are teaching very out-of-date methods and methods that are tinted with the mindset of get rich quick, and get rich quick is doesn't exist. You can just get rich a lot quicker by using the correct methods and the correct vehicles. But in this video, guys, what I want to talk about is what you need to stop doing when you're trying to sell your social media marketing agency services. And this is something which people really struggle with. People struggle every single day, because I get countless messages every single day on Instagram and YouTube in the comment sections of, Harry, why are people not buying my services? Why, for the love of God, is no one buying my services? Why is no one taking them up on offers? And I'm going to take you through four or five reasons which you can kind of do some self-reflection on after watching this video, and hopefully we highlight a few of the reasons why people aren't taking action. So number one is you're acting entitled. Now, this is the biggest problem with startup social media marketing agencies. Is they start an agency because they've watched a YouTube video from someone who's earning 500 grand a month. Not even going to say anything else. And they're acting super entitled that just because they've heard loads of other people, make loads of money from social media marketing, they need to be making it too. And the way they've learned how to, run a social media marketing agency or start a social media marketing agency was from TikTok, where they've seen some idiot who's in a rented Lamborghini that says, picture this, you start a social media marketing agency today, you sign a client for $2,000 a month, you then give that client to someone in India or someone in America or the UK or France to deliver that service for $100, and you just keep $1,900. That's the mindset which most people are starting a social media marketing agency with in 2023, which is creating this really entitled attitude that people are going into social media marketing meetings with. And they think, right, just because you offer Facebook ads, you're the best thing, you're literally the most groundbreaking, innovative person known to man, when you're not. You're just, until you've got a strong brand, you're just another person selling Facebook ads. And it's down to you and your personality to connect with that business owner for them to resonate with you and want to sign you as a client. So you can't be going into these meetings entitled and acting like these people owe you something and they should be jumping at the fact that you offer social media like management or social media marketing. Like, you know better than everyone. Every single person, like, it seems like everyone on planet Earth is starting a social media marketing agency. So you can't go in entitled, because you're just going to get shut down immediately. Number two is you're talking all about yourself. And the brutal reality of it is no one gives a shit who you are. And, that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. But when you get on a meeting, if you've got 4 slides at the beginning of your talk about, who you are, who you've worked with, you've just lost their attention immediately. No one wants to get on a presentation and listen to how great you are as an agency. Yes, at the end, when you're closing or throughout the presentation, you can drop a little piece, tiny pieces of social proof. And yeah, you can have like a 30-second to 60-second introduction. That's not to say don't introduce yourself, but if you're spending 10 to 15 minutes saying, hi, my name's Harry, I'm a social media marketer, we run Facebook ads, and this is the experience I've got. I did this at school, I did this, I live here. No one cares. This business owner is only on that meeting to figure out if your offer is any good and if that offer can actually help them. So just cut all that shit out, introduce yourself in 30 to 60 seconds, and spend that 10 minutes that you were doing talking about yourself building a relationship with the person. So ask them questions, get into some small talk, before the meeting. And that's going to be a lot better use of your time getting them talking rather than just babbling on for 10, 15 minutes, about how great you are. Number 3, making ridiculous promises. Now, this is something that we've talked about forever on this channel since the very first video. Is people get it so wrong when they think, right, everyone on YouTube's talking about creating this amazing offer, oh, I can bring you in 200 patients in the first 30 days. And people forget that these people that you're saying it to are business owners that have been business owners for 30 to 40 years, a lot of them. Even if they've been a business owner for 15 years, that's a long time. They've been around the block, guys. And I think a lot of social media marketers, because they're so naive and that's their first businesses they've ever ran, it's their first service-based businesses. For a lot of people, it's the first time they've really took charge of their own life and, done something for them. So they think, they kind of feel like they're the center of the universe. So when they come on these meetings, they've convinced themselves that everyone's super naive in business, when in actual fact, it's the complete opposite. When you're on a meeting with someone who's been in business for 20, 25, 30 years, they know when things are too good to be true. They can spot someone who has never done what they're saying they're going to do before a mile off. I've been, I started my social media marketing agency over 4 years ago now. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm a very naive business owner in the sense that I've only, been in business properly for 4 years. And the first year of that was massive amounts of struggles. So imagine the experience and how many times these business owners have been pitched when they've been in business 25 years. Like, social media marketing is not the first thing which has been the hottest, newest kid on the block. There was websites, there was emails, there was, there's newspaper ads for some people that have been around longer, which were really, when they were super popular. Like, you can't come on these meetings with ridiculous promises, nothing to back it up, because people they just see straight through it. They really, really do. So to round that one off, if you're making ridiculous promises on meetings, just cut that shit out immediately, because people are seeing straight through it. And that's 100% why they won't be progressing that call, because they just don't believe the shit you're saying. And if you're trying to kid someone on a meeting by, getting these quick wins, and that, although that's not necessarily scamming them, well, it is if you charge money for something that you can't deliver, but they'll think it's a scam. And the social media marketing agency space, as it isn't seen in the best light because of the people that have been doing this shit for so long. So if you get on a meeting and you do the same shit, a lot of these business owners are going to pick it out. For example, I'd say 6 out of 10 times we get on a meeting with a new potential customer and we ask them, have you had any experience with social media marketing in the past? 6 out of 10 times, they'll say, we worked with another agency. They didn't get a single sale. They didn't get a single lead. And it was an absolute disaster. So what does that show about the marketing industry? It's the fact that majority of businesses now, which people are reaching out to, have been stung by another agency. And when I say stung, means they've been overpromised something and that agency has not delivered at all. So when you come on, it's like they literally get PTSD. They're like, shit, no, I've heard people like you say this shit before and you didn't deliver. So now I'm going to run a mile. So only get on meetings and say something you can absolutely deliver. Otherwise, you're just going to get called out and no one's going to proceed the process. The next one, guys, is not being ready to overcome objections. Now, if you're in a sales meeting and you're pitching your services, you've taken them through a presentation and the client turns to you and says, Harry, I just need more time to think about it. Yeah. And you just go, yeah, no problem. I'll get in touch very shortly. You've not handled that objection. That's a very, very common objection that you can handle. And there's loads of videos on this channel and in our academy about how to handle every single objection. And we talk about that a lot on our mentorship calls, the different objections that you need to handle. But if you're not prepared to combat each of those objections, then it doesn't surprise me that these sales meetings aren't going to be getting anywhere, because needing more time to think about things, that's a very, very easy objection to overcome, to then progress the conversation to then get the close. And finally, guys, not picking up buying signals. Now, we've done quite a few videos on this channel about buying signals, so check it out. Check out on the channel, because Tom and I have done some together where we're discussing buying signals and how important it is to pick up on them. If you're not picking up on buying signals throughout the meeting and attacking those buying signals with further discussion, then you're really cutting yourself short, because you're almost just sticking to the script that you've set yourself and not letting the meeting go on its natural tangents, which naturally helps the close of a meeting. So when I say, to cover it very briefly, A buying signal is things like, Harry, how can I get content over to you when we get started? Or Harry, how do I contact the leads? Or how can my team get access to the leads? These are all signals that the potential customer is putting themselves in the position of potentially working with you and imagining themselves there. And if you're not picking up on those signals and being like, right, Tim, this is how we do things. This is how I'm going to get the content over. This is how your team's going to get access to the leads. Do you have any further questions on that? And diving into those tangents, because what that does is it further puts that potential customer in the mindset of working with you, so that when it comes to the end of the meeting, they're so mentally prepared to be working with you, because you've taken them to that place, that not working with you and progressing it further almost feels like they're regressing in the relationship and almost in their business progression. So picking up buying signals is super useful. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that video, guys. It's kind of a short and sweet one. If you do want any more information on this, the Academy is increasing in price in the next 24 hours back to its original price. It's got a $200 discount on it at the moment. We cover all of this in dramatic amounts of detail amongst all of the other things in the course. So along with the live mentorship calls that we have and the 24 hours, 24/7 support chat that you have with Tom and I when you join the Academy. But won't bore you with all of that. All the information is on the site, link in the description. But if you have been thinking about getting involved, the price is increasing by $200 in the next 24 hours. So yeah, give it a watch, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for tomorrow's video.